Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to show you guys how to do the installation for the Tint's tail light for the Grand Cherokee L. So let's get started. So before we get started, we want to make sure we clean the lens. So just apply slip solution. So let's start with this one first. So when you're installing this one, you want to apply slip solution, and then once you apply it, the film has to align to the edge of the tail light. So right about there. So once you tack it down, the next thing is just stretching the film just a bit to this end, because we do have this small film here. So this film is going to go overlap to the curve right here. So it's going to go sort of curved onto the curve of the tail light. So just help it lay flat. So once you apply it, we want to make sure this area dries. So if you do have still solution on the back of the film, you can use your microfiber towel, and with heat, just help the adhesive tack down to the tail light. That way, once we finish this area, we can start on with the rest. So with this one, we want to apply slip solution. That way we're able to lay down the film. So when it comes to this end, we want to make sure we have the film up to the edge of the tail light. So roughly around there. Make sure it sits. Once you have it tacked down, then we just work our way to this end. We want to make sure when we're working with this part of the film, we kind of have it lifted and then guide it to the black outline of the tail light. The tint is going to have extra film, so that one's going to lay flat on the top surface of this part. So we just want to guide it. So right by the edge, and while you're going, just help it tack down. Make sure it's still aligned to the top. And then right here, like I said, you are going to have extra film here. So you're just going to help it sit with the curve. And then with Tack Solution, and then you can pass the squeegee just to tack down the whole film. Another thing you could use in order to help that film dry up a little bit faster would be a heat gun. We want to make sure we use a heat gun just to seal off the edge here, because since the film is going to overlap with the other tints that we're going to apply right here, we want to make sure it's not going to lift and catch any dirt over time. So we just want to make sure the whole area is clean and dry. Okay, so now we move on with the next one. So with this one, same steps as the previous one. We want to make sure we align this edge of the film to the corner of the tail light. So just place it. So once you place it, we want to make sure the film is right at the edge of the tail light. So around there, tack it down. And once this is tacked down, we just work our way this side. So we're just going to have to lift the film and make sure when we're laying it down, it still goes straight to the curve up to this end. Lift and align and tack down with your finger, and then from here we're going to stop for a sec and make sure we tack it down, because afterwards we're going to have to stretch just a bit the film so it can reach the edge here. And then from here we're going to lift a bit, add slip solution again. So we're going to stretch the film up to the edge, but you're stretching going upward with the curve, so that way you can remove as much fingers as possible. Once you know it's in place, right to the edge, hold it in place, and then work your way through here. So, right in the middle. It should be good there. And then from there, we're just gonna work our way on the edges, on the top and bottom, because the film isn't still tacked down, since we only tacked down the middle to secure it. So make sure you use Tack Solution. That's going to help you a lot with tacking down and removing the slip solution that's underneath. Alright, so slip solution, and it should be right at the edge, meeting the top film as well. And then from here, just guide it up to the edge, squeegee, tack it down. And then right here, it's just curving the film with the curve of the tail light. So with Tack Solution, And then with the curve, just help it tack down. And then with heat, just tack it down. Start here, line it up to the edge, and then work your way. While you're working to place the film, make sure it's aligned to the top. It's not supposed to overlap, so it's just supposed to sit right on the edge. And with Tack Solution, just help the film sit on the edge. Align it up to the edge of the Taillight as well. It's not going to overlap around, it's just going to meet up to the edge. And then while you have it there, we want to make sure the film also covers the red part of the bottom of the middle part. So make sure it's going to cover. If you see that it's not, you're going to have to move it and align it to the bottom. Alright, so once it's lined up, just tack down the middle. So once you're here and you tack this portion down, we're going to lift the film just a bit, apply slip solution, and stretch the film towards me and upward at the same time. That way we can remove all the fingers that might come out here. And just tack it down. Once you're at the edge, just to make sure to dry everything out before starting with the next one. Apply slip solution, align it to the edge here, align it, tack it down, make sure it's all lined up to the curve, up to here, tack it down. So even though the tail light is tinted, light still shines through. So brake light still, you could see light, and then the reverse light still shines through. Okay, so that concludes the installation for the Tint Jeep Grand Cherokee L. This is how it looks after the installation is done. But with that being said, if you guys have any other questions, just feel free to comment or message us, and I'll see you guys on the next video.